Hey guys, this is Lauren with Lauren Watkins Art, and in today's video, I am going to be doing an art chat. We're going to be talking about our hobbies and if we even need to be good at them, and the pressure we can feel to monetize our hobbies. And if we monetize it, is it still a hobby? And while I am having this art chat and discussion and looking deeper into this topic, I'm going to be doing a digital painting. Now, this painting came about because my kids were sick. I was originally going to be doing a watercolor or a pastel piece, and then that all got thrown out the window when my kids got sick. And so I decided to just grab my iPad and just go with the flow of things and paint a picture while I sat next to him giggling at the Muppet movies. And I'm really glad I did, because we had a lot of fun discussions about art, and they asked me all kinds of questions about it and why I was choosing different brushes and why I was layering the colors the way I was. And then when I was taking a break from the pictures, they grabbed the iPad and created artwork of their own. And here are some of their beautiful creations. I love to see their imaginations go wild. So anyways, let's jump into that art discussion and watch that time lapse. So here is the reference photo that I'm using for this painting. I got it online from Upsplash or Pixabay, I don't know which. And the picture is originally a portrait orientation, and then I decided to make it a landscape for this piece. So let's talk about the first topic. Do we need to be good at our hobbies? And the common sense answer is no, we don't. A hobby is just something that we do in our free time regularly for pleasure, right? It's something we do because we get joy from it. That doesn't mean that we are good at it. That doesn't mean that we are going to make it our profession or anything like that. It just means we enjoy doing it. It helps us relax. It helps us unwind, and it brings us joy. So like high school me, I ran cross country, and I wasn't good at running cross country, and I improved some from regularly running cross country for 4 years, but I did it because I enjoyed running cross country, and I enjoyed the team, and I enjoyed the camaraderie of it, but not because I was a great athlete. And the same goes with art or baking or woodworking or whatever it is. We can learn and we can grow in our hobbies because we're doing them regularly, but we don't necessarily have to be great at them. The thing is we need to find joy in it. I think the problem comes in is when we are looking a lot on social media or comparing ourselves to others. And I don't want you to get the idea that I think social media is bad, because I think social media is great and it has a lot of great qualities to it. But speaking from personal experience, sometimes if I'm on it too much or I see too much of what other people are creating, sometimes I don't take it as, oh, look how great they are. Isn't that awesome? I look at it as, I am inadequate. I'm not enough. I shouldn't be doing this because I don't have the skills. And I can get kind of down on myself, especially when I was struggling with some depression and anxiety. I couldn't look at things objectively like, oh, I'm going to keep practicing so that I can get to that level of skill. I looked at it as, oh, I will never reach that skill level and I should just give up. And so if you are finding yourself having those feelings, don't be afraid to take a break and step away from the social media stuff and kind of remind yourself why you have that hobby in the first place. I think the other factor into this of idea that you have to be good at your hobbies comes from the 2010s, when you had a lot of people turning their hobbies into jobs, right? So after the recession, a lot of people were out of work, and so they were finding ways to create their own jobs. And so a lot of that was creative based, whether it was painting furniture and flipping it, or it was painting and creating artwork to sell. A lot of people were getting really creative, and you kind of had this maker movement where you had a lot of people starting their own businesses, creating artisan things, and then selling it. So things like Etsy and other like online platforms to sell art. Now, I am not bashing that at all because I have sold on Etsy. I have had a successful Etsy business and I have done art hustling, and art is what helped pay for anything fun we did while my husband was in schooling and in training, and it paid for a lot of our bills. I am not bashing that at all. What I have noticed though is since that has become more common, people automatically assume that if you are good at your hobby, then you have to turn it into a side hustle. You have to turn it into a job. And you can't just enjoy it for the sake of enjoying it. And I think that's a real shame. I am grateful that I was able to turn art into a career because it helps support my family. It's the thing I wanted to do since I was a teeny tiny girl. From the time I was 3, I wanted to be an artist. And there was times in my lives where I didn't think that was going to be possible. And so seeing it kind of come full circle and now being able to work as an artist and as a teacher is amazing to me. But it's still my job. So I don't paint to just paint anymore. I have to consciously take breaks and just paint pictures that aren't being recorded, that aren't being sold. I am just painting them for the fun of it because so often what I'm creating has something else attached to it, whether it's prepping for a workshop or it's going to be a video on YouTube or it's a picture for a client. There's usually some kind of strings attached. And what I found is when I started painting as a job, then baking became my hobby. So I love to bake. I love trying new recipes, and I love making complex baked goods. So I love decorating fancy cakes or making fancy pastries that need lots of laminating and are very, very technical. I absolutely love it. And I've always loved baking. But since art has become my job, baking is my escape. So if I'm having a rough day and I want to be creative and I don't feel like painting, baking is where I go. And I get a lot of pressure from friends and family and neighbors and stuff that eat my baked goods to be like, "Oh, you should open a bakery. You are so good at baking. You should start this as a job." But if I started it as a job, then it wouldn't be my hobby anymore, right? I think we are kind of missing the point of a hobby, where our hobbies are supposed to help us relax. They are our way to unwind, escape from the pressures of life, and just have something that we do for fun, just for the sake of having fun and finding joy. But that's just my thought on the subject. Let me know yours. Leave them down in the comments below and we'll have a discussion on these topics. I hope you guys have a great day and I will see you guys next time. Bye.